Project Mesoamerica is celebrating 7 years of hard work. What started off as a dream for the Mesoamerican region's governments is now a convincing example of integration and progress. The project started in June 2001 as the Puebla-Panama Plan to strengthen and promote the integration and development of the countries stretching from Mexico to Panama. The objectives of fostering human prosperity and the quality of life of this region's inhabitants, as well as protecting the environment, would be achieved through the design, financing, and execution of projects of interest to the region. The project represented 195 million people, over 3.6 million square kilometers, and a GDP of more than $1 billion. The project was going to have a portfolio of nearly 100 projects and $8 billion in investment in the areas of human development, transportation, sustainable development, energy, telecommunications, trade facilitation, disaster prevention, and tourism. The first step in the construction of Project Mesoamerica was the firm commitment of the region's countries to support government policies favoring integration. This commitment has been broadly demonstrated over the last 7 years, with ratification by 19 heads of state and the plan's immunity from electoral changes. Once the necessary institutional agreements were reached to begin to take action, Project Mesoamerica implemented macro-infrastructure projects to physically integrate the region. The 13,000 kilometers of the International Network of Mesoamerican Highways, or RECOM, of which 4,500 kilometers are still under construction, will provide the region with an essential tool for its development: the fast, safe transit of goods and passengers from north to south and from coast to coast. For instance, along the Pacific Corridor, there will be a 300-kilometer reduction in the distance between Panama and Mexico, in comparison with the Pan American Highway.
Now we have transit all along the Pacific coast, from Mexico to Panama, where trucks can drive at a good constant speed, and the Mesoamerica project has also resolved customs issues.
The RECAM will bring progress to the most remote locations and will create opportunities for the local development in areas like trade, tourism, and logistics services. At the same time, high-voltage towers and 2,000 kilometers of high-voltage cables are already being erected for the Electric Integration System for Central America, or CPAC, which, once complete in 2009, will integrate the national power grids of all 6 Central American countries, Mexico, and Colombia. In Mexico, testing along the border of Guatemala already began in December 2008. The benefits will be many. A larger, higher-quality regional grid will expand economic activity and bring lower-cost electricity to homes, even in remote areas. A reliable and affordable power supply will improve the competitiveness of the region. In feasibility studies conducted some time ago, we estimated that the benefits could range from 15 to 20% of the price of electricity. These benefits are what we want to bring to residential, industrial, and business consumers. The integration of national networks will allow the creation of a regional power market that will serve to regulate prices and facilitate operations between countries, particularly during crises like droughts or natural disasters. The region will also have independent access and high-quality connections to new technologies. The Mesoamerican Information Highway, or AMI, will provide these services through a fiber optic network installed in the power grid. The social scope of new technologies will be a priority objective. Dedicated lines for government public services or connections to digital community centers and municipalities will provide low-income populations with access to new technologies. The harmonization and computerization of customs procedures, together with the improved and expanded road network, will speed up the flow of goods and passengers with a very positive impact on trade. The International Goods Transit Project, or TEAM, will enhance regional trade by simplifying customs procedures. Today, the flow of goods across our borders takes between 2.5 and 4 hours on average, and TEAM aims to reduce it to just 10 minutes. The project is also working on the harmonization of requirements and safeguards in areas like the environment, air transport, airport security, and regional competitiveness. The expansion of Project Mesoamerica to include Colombia in 2006, plus its 7 years of experience, led leaders at the 2007 Campeche Summit to propose a revision of the planned structure and operation and to adopt new measures to strengthen it. Procedures were redrafted to enhance project management, strengthen the participation and coordination of sector ministers and presidential commissioners, and include the country's finance ministers in the project. The portfolio of projects will now be smaller, prioritizing those focused on human and social development with a regional scope. It is worth highlighting that the Mesoamerican public health system will address 5 regional priorities: universal vaccination, nutrition, maternal health, epidemiological oversight with emphasis on dengue and malaria, and the strengthening of human resources through the creation of a Mesoamerican Institute for Public Health. The project will promote the implementation of the Mesoamerican Strategy on Environmental Sustainability, which identifies biodiversity and forestry, climate change, and sustainable development as its key priorities. The strategy focuses on the development of forest basins for the integration and sustainable exploitation of natural forests through production chains. The Mesoamerican Risk Atlas, now in preparation, will be part of the Natural Threat and Risk Management Monitoring and Alert Coordination System in the Mesoamerican region that will be launched during the new stage of Project Mesoamerica. Renewable energy is a high priority for the region's energy sector. The project will boost production and consumption of renewable sources of energy and biofuels and will increase energy efficiency. It will also support the process of institutional consolidation in the sector, keeping a watchful eye on food security. The commitment of the region's public and private sectors will create an agenda for competitiveness, emphasizing trade facilitation, productive investments, and business partnerships. Over the last 7 years, Project Mesoamerica has made great strides in laying the institutional foundation and creating the physical infrastructure to support a new stage of integrated competitive growth. On the 7th anniversary of its creation, Project Mesoamerica wants to share the progress made to date with the Mesoamerican region and renew its commitment to promote regional prosperity and competitiveness for all.